day, hump day. It's actually story day, we often find when we do our content. Welcome to Live at 5. This is where we are doing some free social media audits around Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn to make sure that your accounts are optimized for lead generation ultimately, and just so that they're sitting right. There's a lot of questions around whether an account is correct, what goes into it, what you should put into it, what shouldn't you. And there's a lot of stuff in the back end with Facebook. And let's face it, Meta doesn't make it easy to sort of navigate. So what we're doing is we're going live at 5 and auditing some amazing humans accounts that I've been lucky enough to get permission from. So if you'd like your social media account audited, by all means, there's a link not too far away from here. Click the link, register your name, your details, and the URL or the actual social media account that you'd like audited, and then just tick the box and let me know that you're okay with me going live and sharing your space with the world, because that's actually what it's about. So why me? I'm Katrina from Butterfly Media. I've been running Butterfly Media for 5 years. I've been running social media for probably longer. It was a love-hate relationship. I remember Facebook was out for years, right? And I couldn't get the hang of it. Or I didn't understand it. It wasn't even that I couldn't get the hang of it, but I didn't understand it. Like, believe it or not, I was born before the internet, right? So there wasn't mobile phones when I was growing up. Maybe it's a godsend. Maybe it's a good thing. Anybody in my generation may agree. Imagine growing up without a mobile phone. I often joke I was born before The Simpsons and mobile phones and the internet. There was a whole other world happening, before 2000. So when Facebook came along, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, why would I bother putting a photo of my food out somewhere on this internet that I didn't understand? Like, I remember when people were surfing the net. I was like, why? What is surfing the net? Totally didn't understand it, right? And then I'm thinking about 2009, I got Facebook. And I remember getting it. I had my phone in my hand, and the first thing I ever wrote was, so now what? I didn't get it, right? I was like, well, now what's going to happen? So fast forward a couple of years, and here we are. It's taken over the world, and who would have thought? It's been incredible, actually. I have managed to catch up with a heap of friends that I had lost contact with over the years, so that's been incredible. And it's an incredible business tool. I was only talking to somebody the other day about the fact that there are no walls anymore in the world, and social media avails us to all sorts of connections and conversations that would have otherwise been unheard of. So, it is a great tool. It's also an extraordinarily, it can be a dangerous tool. So we've just got to really look after ourselves and our own space when we do come onto social media. Sort of give it some time and then step away, says me, who is on it since, I normally jump on at 7 a.m. and I never get off until about 9 p.m. But I am on a lot of accounts. So I do look at a lot of accounts. I currently work for 20 people doing their own outreach for them right now. I have a team of outreachers as well. And we're inside social media and all the social media accounts every day. So we see a lot. I see a lot. I see a lot of what's going on social media. I see a lot of ads. I see a lot of content. I see a lot of themes and trends and all that sort of stuff. And what I do see is it's still a lot of confusion around how to set social media pages up. So what we're going to do today is just have a look at someone's account that has kindly said yes, that I'm able to take a look at their account. And if they are around, hopefully they can have a chat with me. If you're here, please say hello. Drop your name and comments in the comment section. If, as I say, if you would like your account optimized or audited, let me know. But for now, what I'm going to do is share my screen, and we're going to check out Sam Fillingham's On Voyage Rockingham account. Look at me with all of my tech, right? Nobody needs to see me this close up, do we? Let's go there. And let's take a look at Sam's work. So this is the incredible Sam Fillingham. She is a travel agent amongst many other things, an incredibly talented human, and books all of my travel, looks after me. I go across to Perth a little bit, hanging out with some people over there. I've got some clients over there and an incredible community that I have built over the time. And Sam books my travel for me. And there was one time I missed my flight. The only time in my life I've missed my flight, last time I went over to Perth coming back. And it was because, and I'm going to blame it on this, of all things, it was because, not because I went to an early morning meeting and I was slightly running late. It was because the flight came through from from Rome, so it was considered an international flight, and the gates shut earlier than they did for a domestic flight. So I'm blaming it on that. But I missed my flight, and Sam hooked me up with everything. She hooked me up with a new flight, with accommodation, with everything. She also, helps me get over there too. So Sam has En Voyage in Rockingham, and we're going to take a look at her page today. And check out just what she's got going on here and what the company has. She's actually got a couple of other pages, but this is her business page, En Voyage in Rockingham. And we can take a look and take an audit around what's going on here. So first up, what I would be looking at is she's got a great logo here, which is awesome. And we can tell what's going on with the company, right? So we know it's a company page. We can tell that it's En Voyage. We can tell that it's branded to suit the company, which is awesome. And we can see the words fairly clearly. The only thing that ever happens sometimes with logos in this small space are these small little words that can never be seen. So you may want to just put the words En Voyage, because this bit is hard to read anyway. So that's just a very, very tiny, this is me getting very picky because it's a great logo. So you could literally just take out those words there, and then this makes this easier to read, because ultimately it's just this little tiny circle, right? And super difficult to see, in there. So we want it as clear as possible. So that's what we're looking for. So that's great, beautiful logo. So this backdrop here, who doesn't love the Northern Lights, right? If you've been to see the Northern Lights, let me know. It's an incredible experience. So drop your comments below if you have. I'm just seeing if I can make sure that I get your comments, because at times you guys are talking away and I miss it. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm not missing it, which is great. All right. So yeah, if you've been to the Northern Lights, let me know, because that was an experience. That's like a silent disco. If you've ever thought of going to one of those, it's incredible. All right. So what we'll be looking at is, it's a gorgeous photo, right? But it doesn't sell the business in any way. It does kind of look like a travel destination, because that's really the only time that you'll go to the Northern Lights, right? It's not like you hang out there unless you're lucky enough to be these guys. This could be a motel. So unless you're in Norway, or unless you're in the Arctic Circle, or up in Scotland, or, right up the top, you're not going to be living there seeing this every day. So the best thing to do as a travel space is say that you are a travel space here, and put the details down here of how to contact you. And you could leave the photo, or take this black and bring it across, and make it so that it's a little bit transparent, like this one is here. So you could bring the black all the way across. I can see that this feels like it's some form of branding, and I believe that it's probably looking at the arc that's in the logo here. So it's continuing that branding on, which is beautiful, and a really nice cohesive conversation from a brand perspective. Perhaps here, though, it says travel, but it also says Christmas, right? It also says seasonal. So it could be just that. It's just we change it out either each season, but I wouldn't mind having an offer here, or having a form of being able to contact the team. That would be a really cool thing. And then sometimes what we can tend to do is have an arrow that points down to where we want them to press buttons. We tend to have those sort of arrows here. So then when it's on your phone, they go, okay, and my eye follows where you want me to go, and I'll go press that button. And that's just a subtle visual way to do the call to action. So yeah, here it's a stunning photo. Who doesn't want to go there? And it's what's the word? Not aspirational, but it's the dream, right? And I'd be saving up. So it's definitely creating that. It's just whether there is a offer that sits across here. So that's what I would be suggesting there. Otherwise, it's a stunning piece. People will see this a little bit more before they see this. So we just want to make sure that the offer is there, that we want people to do the thing that we've got going on. And as I've said in previous lives, this changes out each time you have an offer, whereas this never changes out, right? Unless you're changing out the colors to suit a season, and you'll do that each year on year. But you definitely want your brand and your logo to stay the same. But yeah, this can change out depending on the offer you've got on, and we normally run an offer at 90 days. So it sits there for 90 days. We have other offers going on, but you would have a core offer sitting up the top that makes it easier for when people land on the page, they start to see the same thing, right? And there's this continuity and this repetition in the marketing, which people need to see because we're very busy. It's very hard to cut through a lot of our noise. So that's what I'd suggest there. Another thing to make note of is the URL up the top here. Always look for this. It's great that this is your username. It's your identity and your address on Facebook. And if you don't have that right, you can't be tagged correctly. So they've got that in there, which is fantastic. The next place I come down is the About section. And I always want to see whether the basic information is here. So everything is here that we need. And I often say, people forget about this. I forget about this. This is the boring bit, right? It's like, okay, this is my address. This is all like the detail stuff, the admin, but it's super important. If you think about your page being a mini landing page, and I need to be able to find everything I want when I want it as the user, right? So everything is in here. It's beautiful, right? Even the category, the address, phone numbers, everything, even other website links are in here because Sam does have a second shop. She's just opened it. So congratulations. They're going through that at the moment. So if you do want to get into travel, or at least get Sam to book your travel, get in quick because she's got two locations at the moment. She's just crushing it. She's doing really well. And she's got an Instagram account here too. So you can go and bounce across both. And Sam and I do talk about using Instagram over Facebook for travel, for that industry. And as you know, many of you are probably aware, particularly over the last, let's say 2022 back, Instagram was a massive travel app, and a lot of influencers were making a lot of money as travel, influencers and bloggers. In fact, back in 2016, 2017, that whole blogging world was coming through in that travel space, and Instagram was used to feed it. So it's still a pretty cool place for running travel pictures, because Instagram, as I call it, the visual candy. It's the pretty app. So if you've got gorgeous photos and things like that, they will bounce, and they bounce really well on Instagram because people go there to escape. And what better way to escape than look at, places like this. It's hard, isn't it? So definitely have all of your handles listed so that we can go check you out everywhere, but particularly your website, super important. And yep. So that's the back end, always contact info. Page transparency is for anybody. We use it a lot in ads, right? It lets us know how long the page has been open for. So it gives us an idea on how the longevity of the company, whether it's in or out, which is a lot of accounts on Facebook can be in or out. So we always want to know, like, how long's this page been around? How long's the company been around? And the other thing we look for when we're running ads is this page currently running ads? If you are running ads, if you are an agency running ads, you'll always come in here and see whether this page is running ads. And if they're not, you'll obviously start to prospect them to see if they want ads, or you can start to see what sort of ads they're running if they are, to see what the competition is doing if you are doing ads in this space. So this page transparency tells us a lot in that ad space. And then just in a curiosity space, I'll always come in here and see just how long the page has been going, right? Just gives me that grounded information on how solid the page is, and how solid the brand is. Okay, super important. Any questions so far? Hey, Liam, how you doing? I got my glasses. Any questions so far? Yell out. Pop them in the chat because I can see them come through. So our logo's great. Our hero image just needs some words here to explain what the offer is and how to do some business with these guys. The About section I've gone through, they're the 3 or 4 core main ones, and you'll see that they are here as well. And it's just got to be easy for people to get. Just got to get the information when you want it. I love this. This is a nice little intro. Your travel dreams begin here. So that's just building brand really nicely. Guess who's here? Hey, of course. That's great. If you've got any questions, yell out. Featured area. This is super cool. So you can tag things up and have them in the featured area, and that would be your offer. Or if you've got a VSL or a landing page, you would have that sitting in here. And as you can see, it sits at the top, right? So that as I'm scrolling through, it's like a beautiful landing page. I land, I get my information here on where I am. I can tell who the company is. This is great. And as I start to scroll down, everything I need is here as I can. And what we say in the digital world is binge on everything, which is what we want to do. There's so many stats around marketing and how long we need to spend with people nowadays. The latest stats are there's at least 12 touches or 12 touch points. It used to be 4 and 5. It used to be 6 and 7. It's up to 12. And it'll be all these where we go across to the website, over to Instagram, come back here, take a look at the featured section. We might go to YouTube and watch a video, right? We'll have a look at some reviews. There's all of these touch points that happen all the time. And so each step of the way needs to be navigated and thought about and delivered the information on. So my hero images are infinitely generated. Yeah, I have to have a look at them. The featured section, as I say, is where you pop your offer, and as I say, VSL or some form of taking me somewhere or sharing something with me. So these guys have popped on one of their posts and they've just tagged it so that it's featured. And obviously, this is their brand new brand and it looks gorgeous. They've done such a great job. It's just stunning. I just love the branding. I love a good brand. It's just beautiful. So they've done really well. Well done, Sam and team. Fantastic. So that's what you pop up there in the featured section, and then you slide down to your posts, and then this is where the world begins. So this page from the outset is rocking and rolling. It's fantastic. It's got everything in the right place. Just here, I might be putting an offer in. And what I mean by that is and just because my page has got one, let me see if you can see that. Nope, 1 second. If you do want some, let's see if that goes in. All right, so you don't have to do it this way. This is very bold and salesy, right? Whereas when you look at, it's going to let me bounce around. I'm going to do the entire screen. Yeah, when we look at Sam's, it's aspirational, it's dreamy, it's selling the dream, right? Whereas this is selling the sale. So in sales, we always say sell the dream, don't sell the process. So it's not a 3-part module program that's going to get you here. It's you're going to get 8 leads in 2 weeks. So we always sell the dream. So with Sam's work, she's selling the dream really well with the hero image that she's got. See if I can do it this way. Bouncing around otherwise. Like that. Yeah, great. So that's just the difference with these hero images. So you can see here, it's selling a beautiful dream. I just love how that arch sits there. She's nailed it, right? So selling the dream or telling you. So you can either be yelled at, right, or subtle sale over here like this. This, though, I would still say needs some words telling me what you want me to do or what it is that's happening, right? So you could have this call now, or you could be in, Reykjavik, book now, book your call now, something like that, just to give me direction on what you want me to do. And, after years in marketing, the thing I know, and I used to think, why don't people just click the link? Why do I have to keep telling them to click the link? And you have to. People need to be told what are the next steps. We think that it looks obvious from our perspective, but it's not. And as I say, people are so busy. Like they'll look at this and they'll go, that's a nice picture, and then they'll bounce, right? Whereas if we've got, this could be your next Christmas holiday, book now, sitting here, that would just help us married up. Go, oh, you want me to do that? Okay, I can, right? So that's the only thing I would say with this is put some words somewhere, probably here. Otherwise, stunning page, got everything in the right places, and starting to get some gorgeous engagement on these posts here. What did she say here? You asked for it, we listened. I love that. Such a cool hook headline. So again, if you want to take a look at some hook headlines and all of that kind of stuff, pop some comments below. We can always open up those conversations. Love a good copywriting chat as well. But for now, Sam's page is exceptional. Let me just move my screens around. Takes amazing. Just let me get my glasses, Liam. I think we're sorted now. All right, so that's our live at 5 today, unless there are, I agree, my hero images need a call now or something. Yeah, so the hero images just need to tell us what's happening. Super important. And as I say, they time out, so you have them for as long as you have your offer. So whether it's, as I say, we run 90-day offers or 90-day sprints with some stuff in the background, but core offers. that just help us measure and align all the marketing and things like that. It just makes it easier over 12 months or over 36 months, which is what we planned for. And then you can just run quarterly runs, and then that sits up the top. So any questions? What is Sam's business? Yeah, so On Voyage Rockingham, or On Voyage, I can never say the other. The one that she's got is a travel agency. So they book you those wonderful dreams, right? And they do it really well. It's incredible. I've used Sam to get me across from Sydney to Perth many a time, and she's incredible. She's gets the itinerary out. She books me accommodation close to where I'm staying, moves me around, gets cars to pick me up, all sorts of stuff. I feel like a queen. And it's so easy. I just say, I need to travel on these dates. What can you do? And she just comes back with everything. So highly, highly, highly recommended. She's knows her stuff. So, I mean, as I say, they've just opened their second store. So Sam, congratulations. You guys are crushing it. It's fantastic. And they're creating content, right? And, you know, doing this at the same time, like 3 days ago. They're doing it all, right? So well done. It's a lot. So super, super awesome work. So that's a very awesome audit of Sam's page. Any questions on how to do this or make it happen, yell out. I am running a workshop on the 20th of November at 1 o'clock Sydney time for about 45 minutes. I put out a poll a little while ago to say, would anybody be interested in attending a half an hour workshop on how to set up a Facebook business page from scratch? And a couple of you said yes. So I'm going to run that, and I'll put some details in the bottom shortly. I'm just building a landing page in the background amongst the many other things that we do while we're here. And then it'll have a link that you can register, because, you know, that's the important stuff. So if you'd like to learn how to set up a Facebook page from scratch, let me know. If you'd like an audit, let me know. And if you'd like to attend another workshop that I'm running towards the end of the month on branding, so that goes from setup to branding yourself or your company, and then how to create 3 months worth of content. It's about a 4-hour workshop. You know, it'll get you going a lot, particularly for 2025. Again, comment below workshop. That'll be fun. Hey, David, how you doing? Hey, Kat, are you running this again tomorrow? I had some technical issues. Yeah, tech, mate. I know all about technical issues. I'm telling you. I get it. So believe it or not, I have my social academy starting tomorrow night, and I've got some students, our first night coming into that, where they learn how to do a lot of the stuff that we do. So I won't be going live tomorrow night, but I will be going live Friday night, same time. And I'm lucky enough to have Liam joining us on Friday night, sharing some of his accounts. And we're going to take a look at what's going on with him. So he's going to join me on the live. So it's not always solo. So David, if you would like to get yourself audited or get your accounts audited, want me to have a look at them, there's a link, and where all good links are kept. Just register, or just say, yep, I'm in, and I'll get you registered. I just need some consent to go live. It's just how I just prefer you to say, yep, I'm happy with that. And then I can share you with the world and share some amazing accounts like this. So yeah, sign me up for the brand marketing on the 20th. Awesome, Liam. It's going to be fun. It's going to be real fun. I love a good branding session. We get down and dirty with your purpose, because we're all about building legacy brands here at Butterfly Media. We're going through a rebrand. We've been working out our why for a little while. As I say, been going 5 years. Every time I jump onto LinkedIn, it tells me the company's 5 years old. And I'm like, God, where's this going? You know, apparently it's 10 years to become an overnight sensation. So we're halfway there. It's going to keep going, right? So we're just doing a bit of rebranding as well in the back end, and we'll come out with that next year, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to share where we're headed with you. It's and I can't wait for you guys to come along. It's going to be incredible. So Liam, I'll lock you in for that. David, maybe I'll see you on Friday, 5 o'clock with Liam and I. If you've got any questions in the meantime, by all means, yell out. We audit LinkedIn accounts, and I will go over next week and start talking LinkedIn, and I'll share my account with you. And then if you guys have got LinkedIn accounts, now that's where it's at as well. Facebook and LinkedIn are incredible. They all are, actually. It just depends on what you're doing and what kind of community you've built. And they've all got different reasons for existing in different markets that sit in different places. Like, I'll be going live shortly on TikTok with a friend of mine who does some incredible product work on TikTok, and she goes live 3 or 4 times a week. And she has a great community that come on live with her. She's amazing. So there's a time and a place for all the platforms, but I often say work one and work it well. And then once you've got that one down, then you'll start with the rest, right? And you can generally tweak some of the content to move across some of the others. And then sometimes it just doesn't fly. Like I made a piece of content today for Instagram and just doesn't sit on TikTok. It's like I just look at it and go, I know TikTok's like, this is way too pretty, right? It's just different. But there's times and places for everything, and each account can be optimized like we're doing here to make it better for lead gen, make it better for, as I say, I could just see some words sitting here to help us do something. And it's just those little things that just help us take action and then flow. Like this is a beautiful landing page. It's virtually just flowing like a gorgeous landing page, right? And then all we do is every time there's any comments anywhere, or if you've been tagged, like this tag here would push me to go talk to these people now. So tagging's super important. We can talk about that down the track. We can talk about reviews and a million other things. So yell out if you've got any questions, team. That's it for today. It's been great hanging out with you. If you are on TikTok, I'll see you over there shortly. We're going to have some fun over there. We'll see how it goes. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'll put a link down below if you want your accounts audited. Go for it. If you would like to join me for how to set up a Facebook business page on I think that's the 20th, and I just don't have the branding workshop just yet, Liam. I will get back to you on that when that is happening. It's a 4-hour workshop. It's a bit more of a block, and I'm just trying to time that and say, okay, that'll work there. So I'll get back to you on that when that date is. And I was going to say something else. It's gone now. That's it. Let's stop there. Have a wonderful evening, team. Yell out if you need or if you've got any questions. And I will see you on Friday. That was what I was going to say. Friday at 5. I'll see you there with